All right, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles, a great millstone, and honors and salutations to all you Akim out there that's laboring in the truth and sincerity without wavering. And this is another show showing you real quick how all this stuff was set up. That everything that's happening is just playing out. And as we always say, it's prophecy. So I'll title this one, "The Government Has Been Prepping for Civil Unrest." All right, so that's what you see pretty much going on now with all the rioting and I mean, starting with kind of kicked it off a little bit was the coronavirus, which helped them put legislation and use that as a Trojan horse, which still hasn't changed. You can see that they're pretty much gearing towards the mark of the beast. You know what I mean? Because that's what that whole thing was for. Because now they got all these different apps. You know, they got the tracing apps. They got, I mean, everything you do, and then every movie that's coming out, is about the chip. They got I don't know what was it, Netflix or Prime. One of them shows. They got a show called Final Crime or whatever. Pretty much, all the movies are just blatantly talking about the RFID chip, the mark of the beast, whether it's in your forehead or in your hand. They got a series called Upload on one of these channels where everything is being scanned and so-called futuristic being ran by these drones and so pretty much this is what we see. This is the steps of them trying to fulfill that. You see, and that's why you see all these different protests. Okay, it's well known now that a lot of these protests have been hijacked by what does they call it, Antifa and other so-called uh, groups that George Soros is responsible for funding. Now, George Soros is responsible for funding the Black Lives Matter. You know, and that's how it is with all of these different gas grassroots organizations. A lot of them were founded or funded, pardon me, funded and founded by Esau, so-called white people. All right, international banking families, the elite amongst the so-called white man who bankrolled the Black Panthers, the NAACP, all these different social groups that rose up speaking against the so-called injustice that our people are going through. So now I'm gonna read a little bit from this article right here. It's from the CT Mirror, right? And now, as you see there, you got a big ass military, a bomb-proof truck, right? So now I'm gonna read the article. It says Connecticut, and this is in the state of Connecticut, which up here they have a lot of military base for the what you call it, the Navy stuff when you go north up in Connecticut, you know. But it says Connecticut police receive millions of dollars in military equipment from program that's under fire. And as you can see right here, and that says Willimantic. All right, and I'm gonna bring out something too to show you that, and this is nothing new because for years we would, you would see these trucks. We would see them sometimes. Certain brothers caught videos of them, and they would do a show on it or a segment on it. What's these military vehicles doing out here and the different posts that they have up on the highways with all the construction that they've been doing. We used to bring this thing out back then, but now you see why they were setting the stage. It says the Willimantic Police Department's SWAT vehicle given to the town in 2013 by the Department of Defense through the 1033 program. All right, so showing you that this was, something that Esau had up their sleeves. And remember, 2 Corinthians 2:11. I mean, you got to quote that all throughout the day. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices, at least he should get an advantage of us. That scripture should be like a broken record in your mind, in your head. That scripture should always surface because we're in the time of all of these different staged events. Remember, they used to have the false flag attacks. They had all these different staged events with the crisis actors, which they still got all of that, but they just added and it stepped it up to the next level, to the point of now of it actually becoming a police state that was always spoken about. You see, they just had to get all their pieces in place. It said in April, the Bridgeport Police Department received from the Pentagon a heavily armored, mine-resistant vehicle valued at more than $705,000. It is part of a long-standing program that critics charge has militarized state and local police departments and contributed to an increase in violence in law enforcement. Now, we see it was in Bridgeport, Connecticut. You know, it was some of the apostles was there too, some of the elders, some of the younger brothers from the New York camp was out there. One of the brothers had set up a food cart, and they had in Bridgeport they have what used to be a big thing, the Puerto Rican Day Parade, and a few in New York is the main parade, right? But then it branches off into certain places that have other big ones too. And Bridgeport was one of the places in Connecticut, as well as you got a few other different cities where there's a lot of Ephraimites that are, because you got a lot heavy population of Ephraim up and throughout Connecticut, through the tri-state, you know, well, everywhere, the tribes everywhere. So anyway, what happened was something happened, and anytime you have an event with Jake get wild and whatever, drinking, doing drugs, you know, sitting up there, you know, just fronting, showing off for chicks. So the cop, I think somebody got shot actually down the street. The cops came and they were rolling, pretty much they rolled up in, you know, they was rolling up in Hummers, military, you know, they just took over the street. And they was just pretty much just making everybody just leave, you know. They was making pretty much everybody leave. If you ain't live around there or whatever. So we seen them doing this, and now it's coming out that this was part of them militarizing the police department. You see, now we actually got it on paper, you know, because we seen them doing it, you know. We seen them doing it. And I'm pretty sure in other towns and everything, you know, other cities, you probably witnessed the same thing, all these different military vehicles coming around. And now the thing is, now in Bridgeport, it was never no need for none of this, because you send 2 or 3, 4 police cars and they took care of the whole situation of whatever jakes, whatever riots, whatever type of, you know what I'm saying? So now showing you that this thing is part of a bigger plan. The bigger plan is, which goes into an Apocrypha in 2nd Ezra, how they want to sit there. Matter of fact, I got that on that. I'll just start reading it because that's part of a bigger plan. And I'm going to read on. It's going to show you all these different towns where they gave them all this militarization. Regular local state police, they gave them all these different army type vehicles. And it's a reason for that, man. They arming them. And what they're doing is, and as well as in, you know, in part of me, I'm going to read the scripture, but I want to bring out these points before I forget them. And what they're doing, like in Seattle, you know, if you've been paying attention to what's going on over there, which Trump told because there's and hold on, bear with me 1 second. You know, I'm going to put this in. Yeah, Salaki for that. Put it in airplane mode. But yeah, there's in Seattle, you know, there's a police precinct that was abandoned, right? They have what they call a no police zone over there, out there in Seattle, which is, I guess, is by downtown. It's certain by City Hall or somewhere over there. There's a police a little station or whatever that I guess they burnt it down, or it was abandoned and they took it over or whatever. So Trump said, look, you better go over there and get back hold of that while I'm sending in the military to restore order. He's basically looking at it like Seattle's just totally out of order, and they lost, you know, saying that they abandoned their posts and all of that. So the you know, he's going back and forth with the what is it, the mayor, you know, so-called black woman. But the thing is that this is what they wanted to do. They wanted things to get to this point. They knew things would get to this level where it's at right now, to where it's all chaos, all hell be breaking loose, to the point where you're going to have people just going for it. And what they did is they helped fuel the fire by putting these agent provocateurs and these different Antifa and have these other people in there burn. They found one chick in Seattle who basically she set 5 police cars on fire, and guess what? She's a white woman, and like I said, the majority of these people. I mean, you got some niggas in these protests and stuff, but the majority of them that's doing the shit, and actually surprisingly that's getting caught. Majority of them are so-called white people. All right, and then the nigga woman, she's there, her mouth, barking, mouthing off and shit like Dino from the Flintstones, But anyway, it said 2 Ezra 16 and 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? Now we know what days he's speaking about. This is prophecy, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings. You see, and is that not what's happening? People are all mourning. But you got how many people got George Floyd? Whether he's a whatever you want to call it, a psyops, a Freemason, or whatever the case is, but nonetheless, they use him. They use him because that's what he saw through. They always select an event or a situation. Because there's been countless of niggas that's been choked out. Niggas that still got choked out after he died. I think it's a nigga that got choked out last night. I seen the article. But be it as it may, you got the whole world, damn near people in other countries, they don't know who this nigga is, but they got him on their shirt. Rest in peace. Oh, it's so our heart goes out to the Floyd family, this, that, and the third. So look at what we're reading. It says the beginning of sorrows and great mournings. What did you expect was going to happen? Once again, you're going to find out that the Israelites had it right all along. All along with all that, we don't know, we don't like them guys, they're a bunch of losers, and especially the Israelites that you love to hate. All right, Great Millstone, or known as GMS, because we are the Israelites that you love to hate. And the majority of the hate we get is from our own people and even from other Israelite groups. But you're going to have to circle back around to the fact that we had it right, because now you got people that's kind of jumping in and into it, which, hey, if you're sincere, the Lord knows, right? And I would say this, if there are any other sincere brothers out there, you better stop playing and come link up and get the right understanding, man. All right, through the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh, because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's about the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and His Son, Yahweh Shai. And that's who's going to deliver us in these times, man. Not no fucking man, all right? And these are the times of the end. It said the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine. See, is that not? If you're paying attention, you know that there's been a famine. It ain't just start with the coronavirus. This just escalated and made it worse. All right. Why you think they've been? Everybody now people know about GMO. At one time, people were like, "What are you talking about?" Right? And you got. I'll say this. Certain so-called white people, which this is their society anyway. So all these devils, these so-called white people, they should all be informed on everything that's going on. But you got some so-called white people that was up on the GMO things or whatever, because why? They're in a different position in this society. All right. They're not in the bottom, stuffed into a project and with curses upon them and, being plagued by the police and all kind of types of violence, fearing for your life. They actually could sit there and read and learn about history and the effect of social events and so forth and so on. So that you have certain Edomites that were prepping or knew about a society breaking down and things that happened. Yeah, Edomites that knew about getting to the GMO, about how the government was taking over the farms from these farmers, and then the farmers that were left, they were forcing them to use their seed that was created by Monsanto's. Okay, this was things that was spoken of years ago. And through the spirit of the Lord, we spoke upon it because we knew about what the prophecy said. So we came from it from the standpoint of what the prophecy said. The prophecy said that there's going to be a famine, all right? That there's going to be a lack of food shortage. And then the prophecy said that our food that we were going to eat, we were going to eat our bread defiled among the nations. So we understood when we seen these things going back years, we understood that these things now is playing out in the public eye about it's a big famine. Everybody, that's why when the coronavirus hit, man, you couldn't even find, when it first hit, 2 months ago, you couldn't even find hardly shit in the grocery stores, man. You still can't find Lysol. You can find some hand sanitizer, some toilet paper, But things were flying off the shelf, water, right? But the Lord said, the beginning of famine and great death. And that you had, they said supposed to be 2 million, right? People died from the coronavirus, and you got people that's dying behind this protesting and all this rallying. And it's going to lead to massive death because once the military really start, you seeing what they're doing in the places that they are going. Where Trump wanted to take that picture, you see how they cleared the crowd. So trust me, it's not going to be a problem. It ain't going to be like you got Jake. They might be feeling themselves because they think they're gaining ground by burning down police patrol cars, taking over patrol cars that are perfectly left there and planted there as a setup, just like the pallets of bricks that are set up for you to sit there and break the windows. They got everything on camera. Everything has, if you steal and loot, they got everything with a tracer on it, with a tag, RFID chip on it. You understand? So they know you're not going to get away with nothing, but they're setting you up for that bait, which is going to justify, martial law through all the civil unrest, through all the different rioting. And then on top of it, the economy is collapsing. The unemployment is at a record low. Record high, should I say. Pardon me. You understand? Pretty much, you got businesses shutting up. And then not just even in America, but throughout the whole world. It's feeling the effects. All right? And this is all stemmed from the elites, part of the New World. It says, the beginning of wars, right, in the beginning of wars, because, there are wars on the rise, man. Okay, the nuclear missiles didn't just disappear. Iran, they got nuclear capability. Of course, Russia has it. Russia's a world power, all right? India, Pakistan, China, okay, North Korea. These countries all have nuclear capability, man. And you know how many nuclear missiles that there are that are created? And when you create a nuke, you don't just make it disappear or put it in a big bag and throw it into outer space. It don't work like that, man. Okay? And furthermore, when you read in the prophecy, it tells you that the Heavenly Father is in control over the missiles, man. It says, the beginning of wars and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? You see, and this is what the prophet Ezra is speaking about. But now, the men of the Lord, the Lord willing, with the hopeful elect, we're hoping we're going to be covered by the Heavenly Father, man. So we ain't got to worry about that, man. And to tell you about that, and matter of fact, let me get that real quick. In Psalms 91, in various places, it said, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. The secret place of the Most High is right here in this truth, man. All right, so that's what we're not supposed to be out there. Again, you got a lot of people that got caught up and got the protest bug. I'm going to go out to the protest. I don't even know what the hell they protesting. All right, then a lot of them got hit with them chemicals, and they saying that a lot of these people got hit with the COVID. And then now they're saying that what they did with these protests was help. Because remember, they kept saying they opened up too early, they weren't ready. They kept saying that it was still spreading. Well, they're saying that a lot of these protesters, they helped spread the COVID-19, pardon. And so, and remember, they gave it a release date. They said the second wave was going to come back stronger. So you better find out the truth. You better stop playing around. The truth ain't in these churches, man. I'm just telling you blunt. It ain't in these mosques. All right. The truth is right here where you see the men of the Lord. And if you one of the elect, then the truth is going to be within you. And eventually these words are going to make sense to you. Because these words are not to make sense to everybody. Because everybody's not for the truth. The Most High didn't truth. Because the only way you can receive it, and the Lord said it back then, only way a man can receive something unless it be given to him from heaven up above. Meaning the Most High got to choose to open up your mind and your spirit for you to receive the word, and you be converted and being brought back to the truth, back into the fold, and then you're going to understand and you'll know what to do. You see? I will say to the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler. See? The snare of the fowler is the trap of the so-called white man. A fowler is a person that hunts birds, set up bird traps. Okay, in this situation, we're the big bird, if you will, that these devils been hunting down for the longest. That's why you got people up there supporting this Black Lives Matter campaign, which when you read in the Bible, the Heavenly Father's not with no black lives. All right. So how could he never created a black life? And that doesn't even make no sense. That's saying a dead life. When you say a black life, that's saying a dead life. So what you mean a dead life matters? What the fuck is that? That's beyond the oxymoron, man. You understand? A black life. You're saying a dead life matters. That's what black means, represents death, negativity. All right? Ain't no, are we taking it, make no. Let's deal with what it actually represents. You understand? And then furthermore, the Heavenly Father ain't never told us to call ourselves by a color. Okay? That was never the nationality that the Lord gave us. So that's why you better wake up, you know? You better wake up. When you don't wake up, you're going to die and you're going to wake up anyway, but you're going to have to go through excruciating pain that you're not going to really want to go through. All right? So it says, so it says, in him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Speaking about the chariots, the so-called UFOs. All right? It said, thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day. All right? And that's speaking about the arrow that flieth by day is talking about those nuclear missiles, man. See, the elect is not going to be afraid because why? We're going to be covered, and Lord willing, if we be of that number, we're going to be delivered. We're going to be in the chariots. By the time those nuclear missiles actually hit, and they're going to hit, that's going to be the thing that's going to cap this whole thing off. All right, but now, I just want to go back to the article real quick. I think it was another point I wanted to bring out. It said the armored vehicle Bridgeport received is only one recent example of the $20 million worth of military hardware delivered to Connecticut police under the Pentagon's controversial 1033 program. The program donates excess war-fighting gear to police across the nation, including assault-style weapons. See? So they armed to a T because why? They're waiting for shit to really pop off. They arm these local state police so that way, you know, because they knew that shit was gonna happen because of one, they got the agent provocateurs, and they know that they was given the order as well too. Remember, they stepped it up to where, especially from 9/11, they calmed down a little bit, you know, then they stepped it back up to really, you know, they ain't stopped since 9/11. They ain't really slowed down. Let me take that back because there's been countless of police assaults on Jake, primarily upon Jake, our people, and it's just that in the past, I don't know what you want to say, maybe 10 years, more of them, not majority, but more of them been caught on video. So now and what they doing, they glorify or they glamorize it on the low, and they put it out there, and the elites sit back and watch the police actually beat the shit out of people, kill people right on video, to the point where it's gotten now. And they know that eventually, you know, you push a rat in the corner, eventually the rat's gonna try to, he has no choice but to jump out and attack you. So they know if they keep sitting there, in our people, they're lost, right? They don't have the truth. You know, here there's people all messed up and everything, but they've been going to church. They've been following the imams. They've been following these other so-called Negro leaders, right? These self-proclaimed leaders. These all these different Negroes that come and give speeches, you know, in different schools and campuses. They've been following them, but when shit popped off, these people ain't know what the fuck to do. You see what I'm saying? Because why? They've been following a lie, man. They ain't been taught the truth, man. They haven't been taught the truth. And that's why a lot of our people, you know, broke down and don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? And now, you know, a lot of them getting to the point where they're frustrated, right? But they don't know why they frustrated and what to really be mad at. You see, and they don't even really know the causes. They don't even know that this goes deep back to the Heavenly Father and what our people disobeying his laws, statutes, and commandments. All right. Now, and part of me, if I was covering, I'll play it back and see if I could hear the sound. Sometimes I'll be covering the microphone and don't realize it with this phone that I use to record. It said the program donates success war fighting gear to police across the nation, including assault-style weapons, helicopters, night vision goggles, and anti-riot gear. The departments receiving the hardware say it bolsters their ability to fight crime, carry out what kind of crime they fighting? All right, they know like they try to push this over. You got domestic terror. That's bullshit, man. You got the same shit going on, and it's not even that much in this day and age with all these damn cameras and everybody being locked up. You still got niggas out in the street gang banging, shooting each other, but it ain't that. It ain't like what they trying to make it. Most of the crime now that's happening really is by the police department. You see, but it says to carry out dangerous rescue missions and protect their officers. Oh, really? Police departments in Bristol, Willimantic, New Britain, New London, Newington, Meriden, Hartford, Watertown, and Windsor are among the local Connecticut forces that have received armored vehicles capable of withstanding blasts from landmines. Madison received 2 of those combat-ready vehicles. In Madison, I don't know of too much stuff happening in Madison to where they should have these combat-ready vehicles. But that's where they house things, you see? In all these different quieter cities and everything, that's where they house these vehicles, man. What the hell they need all these armored, bomb-proof, that can take a blast from a landmine? What they need these vehicles for? What niggas out here running around with all these landmines and like they just came home from Iraq or something, man? This is bullshit, man. You see? It just shows you that they know they know the end game. Hundreds of military rifles have also been distributed to city and town police departments across the state, including Danbury, East Windsor, Fairfield. Really? Fairfield is a big crime city with all these them devils up in there, them devils that got a little bit of bread. That's Fairfield, Farmington, Ledyard, over there by the casinos, Middletown, and Ridgefield. Come on. It says some of those weapons, once frontline firearms in the U.S. Army, also went to Eastern Connecticut State University and Southern Connecticut State University Police. Putnam Police received 8 riot-type 12 gauges, shotguns, and similar weaponry went to various other departments in the state. So showing you that they just been loading these people up because why? They know that it's about to be a civil unrest. All right, and the scriptures speak about it in Ezra's about a great insurrection, a uprising from within. All right, a revolution. All these different shows and TV shows that they all are putting a bit and pieces of this civil unrest in all of them, dealing with the chip, the RFID chip. They're putting these things in there. They're showing the concentration camps. All right, them locking people up, them pulling people out of it. They showing them in these different series, movies, and videos. It said in the statement, the Bridgeport Police Department said its new mine-resistant vehicle and 2 armored Humvees the force also obtained through the 1033 program are rescue vehicles that could be deployed in emergencies. See? That's what they got them there. And the emergencies now is nothing but emergency because why? They tell you, yeah, you got the right to protest. And so then once they protest, because they know niggas going to run not knowing what they protesting really, or thinking that they know, right? And then once they start doing it, they know that the shit's going to go left. They got niggas blocking off highways and, of course, a truck, eventually somebody going to run somebody the fuck over. Then you're going to have somebody playing a Molotov cocktail and throw it at the police. And it's going to be, you know what I'm saying? They know these things, man. It says those include saving people in the grips of a natural disaster, dealing with barricaded suspects, and in high-risk warrant service, hostages, rescues, and police rescues, the department said. So they're gonna tell you anything, man. They're gonna tell you anything. But now we'll go back to the Apocrypha. All right. It says verse 19, 2 Ezra 16 and 19. Let me get ready to wrap this one up. It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. And even our people, man, here it is, all these things that happen, they still, and Spirit had me say it months ago, even though you got people getting all serious, oh no, the coronavirus is real, man. I know this one that died, this one died, this one died. I had it, I'm recovering. I think Sadnetta said he had it, you know. But they got all these people sitting there. But okay, but what good is it? What good is it to sit there and be you afraid of a coronavirus instead of the Heavenly Father, the one who created everything, the one who can kill, destroy, heal, make sick? That's why our people are bugged the fuck out. And it said, for these scourges, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Okay, because you got Sarnetti, he's right back to his old tricks with polite. Then you got what's his name? From ISUPK. I'm about to say Tazapa one. Fuck's that nigga's name? Damn. The dude from ISUPK, it'll come back to me. It'll come back to me. Which the dude that learned from us. He used to learn with them brothers in out there in St. Louis and a war in them brothers in Mississippi. They used to teach him first. Then he got with ISUPK. Tazaryak, that's his name. All right. You got them dudes doing another debate right back. What the hell is all this for other than to create money and it ain't about edifying or turning nobody back into the Most High. Okay, that was been done. That shows you too that they don't have the juice or the light because they when you start rehashing, refurbishing certain things, you know, that such as a debate. Okay, here we go, round two. You know, that means that what? You're running out of ideals. You know, you're running out of ideals, especially after you say you ain't gonna deal with this one or that one, or was exposed that, especially Polite was exposed that he was a damn hustler and he got all these people wanting to that's looking for him, showing you it's all a money grab, and that's all that they left to do is to gather numbers, get more people, as many people following them so they can have more, make more money. That's really what it's all about. It's not about teaching the truth. It's not about Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai with these groups. All right. And I'm just saying it like it is, man. It says, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in a good case. And you still could get some cheap goods. The gas is still down, right? And a lot of people think that, and that's the thing, because people in their mind, they just hope, in their mind, they're like, nah, things are going to go back to normal. And that's why you got these guys just, like I said, with the debate thing, and, you got these people doing these rallies and they're getting into the church. They're going right back to their old normal shit, man. Like the Lord said, a dog returned to his vomit. That's how our people are, man. Here it is. The Most High allows something to get their attention, right? Such as the coronavirus and the George Floyd thing. But our people going to go right back into doing the same thing that got them in that position with the Heavenly Father. They're not going to sit there and say, well, wait a minute, we've been doing something wrong. The Israelites been talking about this. Let's actually sit down and listen to them. All right, and let's change our ways. They're not going to do that, man, because our people are wicked and they're sold to do evil. It says, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Meaning even right now, all right, evils are going to grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. And what's happening out there? The people are lost, man. A lot of these people are lost. They don't know what's going on. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. See, this is the prophecy. And this is what we've been speaking for years, man. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them because of the dead bodies, man. You're going to have to, what you used to do with shit? You should have to dig a hole and bury the shit, but you're going to have dead bodies all over the fucking place, man. Especially when the military really come into these areas, man. When they come into some of these areas, they're just going to leave carnage, man. All right? And then you could go look at the Panama Deception videotape just to get an idea of how they're going to roll, man. Because when they roll, it's a state of war. Your enemy combatants, they're looking at you. They're going to call you domestic terrorist. Well, all of us. I'm saying it, but I'm just saying it from that standpoint. They're going to call everybody a domestic terrorist, especially if you don't comply. Then it's going to come down to them eventually, what? forcing you to have a chip. First, they're gonna try to force that vaccine on people, right? Trying to force testing. Everything's get tested, get tested. You know, there's gonna be the vaccine. We're close to a vaccine. You got to start all over. Take that vaccine off the shelf. Here we go. We got another one. Oh, nope, that's not gonna work. Hold on. But yeah, you're gonna have to still get your other vaccines, still get your flu shots and everything else just to help. It's bullshit, man. All right, they want to destroy and break people down, and people are messed up, man. You see? But it said, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down, ran to the ground. Like I said, just like they show you on these movies, man. Like I Am Legend, you know, that's one of the movies, man. You know, Contagion, the series. All right. So there shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men, so that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. And that was I Am Legend. You know, Will Smith was going out there trying to listen to see if he could find anybody else alive. It said, for of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks. As an orchard of olives, upon every tree there are left 3 or 4 olives. Or as when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. Even so in those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword. Right, that search their houses with the sword. Meaning what? They're going to kick in your door, all right, waving. They ain't going to be waving a 4-4. They're going to be waving something heavier than that, all right? And then they're going to snatch you right up out of there, man. And they're going to kill a lot of you. Just like ain't that one of the other names they screaming, right? George Floyd, and then what's the other, Tiana Taylor, I forget her name. The other chick where they kicked it in the door and they shot her and her boyfriend up and killed her. See, they've been doing these things, but it's going to keep going and increase. And we've been telling you these things because why? We at the time of the end. And ultimately, through the midst of all this, the Lord is going to return. All right? The Lord is going to return, the same one who everybody questions, you know, is a black man going to crack the clouds? The Lord, Yahweh Shai, is going to come, and he's going to come back. He said, think not that I come to bring peace, but a sword. All right? He's going to catch wreck. So even if you make it through that, if you want his hit list, he's going to take you out, man. When the chance comes, it's going to be like that movie War of the Worlds, man. They're going to emerge, and then they just going to start fucking lighting shit up. People build everything, eating Esau's army up, man. They're going to eat his army up, you know. But anyway, I'm going to end it there with that. Hopefully, you know, your brothers and a few sisters there may be were edified. And as always, all glory and honor go to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. I say shalom.